5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Alliance's turn to ban. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. Alliance's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick. Alliance's turn to pick.
Ogre Magi!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick.
Yeehaw!
To pick.
Elder Titan.
OG's turn to ban.
Faceless Void.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Alliance's turn to ban. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Alliance's turn to ban.
Alliance versus OG, a story we've already seen unravel once, but will
10
history
seconds
repeat
remaining.
itself? That is the true question here ahead of game number 1. We want to see whether or
5
not OG
seconds
can
remaining.
rectify their mistakes and take down Alliance in our lower bracket. Yeah, that's right, you heard me. Lower bracket round 1, Alliance versus OG. Draft number 1 is underway here, and I've got my panel back, ready to tell you guys what heroes will be picked and why they're going to be picked.
OG's
Dan or
turn to ban.
lads, draft number 1, OG Alliance. What are we expecting? What are we thinking?
Void's probably going to be contested both at mid 1 as well as Nico Baby really loved playing it. I mean, Nico Baby even made his Gamers Class series specifically about the Void and how you can do well in lane. So if there's anyone that's going to put on a masterclass, it's him.
10
And, you know,
seconds
just heroes that
remaining.
synergize well with that. I think we've seen Seb play a few odd things in the off lane. His
5
Silencer,
seconds
his
remaining.
Lina, Elder Titan a couple of times. So going to go back to the book. And, I mean, did you do your transfer? Is $5 in No-Tail's bank account? Or
I'm good.
yeah?
You're
Yeah,
good?
I'm confident.
All right.
You didn't want to see the tramp? So you think that OG are going to pick the trade, nonetheless, whether or not you actually do pay no tail for it?
Like No Tail is a very versatile captain. Like, he does like a lot of. Probably like if he's gonna pick like what's gonna be suitable.
I believe you, QO.
Yeah.
I believe you.
You know, we've seen across a lot of these best of 3 series that this first game does lean to one of these two teams usually experimenting a little bit. We saw that from Liquid in that first game. They tried a few different things when it comes to the draft, and I know OG are a team that loves doing that as well. So do we think that this first draft is going to be a little bit wacky from either of these teams?
Not wacky necessarily. Yeah, very, very basic. They let the Void through, which I'm a little bit surprised about. I do respect the fact that the Saxa Tusk has been removed. When Sab plays it, he does play it, you know, fairly well, but Saxa is really the one that can just put the constant pressure on top of you, and there's nothing you can really do about it.
Yeah. Especially Limp doesn't like playing like those jumping heroes, and Tusker can be really effective if he roams to the middle
before the ultimates start to come up.
So maybe like that's a one issue there, like giving a respect about this Tusker on a Saxer, and yeah, like they just let this Void through, and which means when teams letting this Void through, like at this phase, they have plan. And it's either it works or it doesn't work.
OG's turn.
It works or it doesn't.
But like I'm sure
good.
No Tail believes that it's gonna work. That's why he let the Void open.
Okay, so they do opt to go for the tinies. So of course, you know, Hanskin can play it. I'm thinking that he would have had a bit of a series to forget against Viking GG with his Earthshaker, and nothing seemed to really work out for him.
Remaining.
Tiny, there's a little bit less of a window for error, right? Like it's not like you can miss this big ultimate. You're always going to get your combo off onto something most of the time. Although Limp could very well just play it as well. And it's not one of those heroes that have the jump mechanics. Yes, it's got very low armor. So we'll see if OG do decide to respond with something that's able to rotate. Venge, not really. It's more about the lane domination, and then when it comes to these team fights, just taking them out.
Yeah.
Seems like Alliance have something in their back pocket. It was snap picking the natures.
It was very quick. Just an instant response to the Venge. Just immediately pick up this Nature's Prophet.
I think this is most likely to be a Nature's Prophet 3 in the offlane. As for taking some notes from Bulldog, that's to be sure. And they tend to pair it together with these other things that come online super early. So it leads me to think a bit more about this Tiny being in the mid lane, just because Limp, like Chessie, his brother, is very good at dominating the mid lane, getting an advantage even in a disadvantageous matchup, and then pairing that together with these early timings on the blink with, let's say, an Orchid on the Nature's Prophet, and just taking out what's going to eventually be the super hard carry hero that OG decide to run with.
I want to see more Nature's Prophet mid.
I do too.
I think this is like a one strong hero. It's like a storm feeling. Once you have this early Orchid, you're gonna solve out like a lot of the thing in the game. Obviously, you need to consider about this laning matchup because Storm probably does a lot more better than like a Nature's Prophet, depending on the matchup, obviously. But yeah, like if it's a good angle, I think just having this Orchid BKB before 20 minutes is like a big factor.
And her Ricky coming through. I mean, I've seen it across Topson and mid one a couple of times, but it's mostly felt like a Topson style of hero. You're able to put a decent amount of harass onto the Tiny in the early game. Not terrible in my mind.
If it's a Tiny mid, I think it's a good lane, like against a Ricky.
The thing is as well, though, it just goes back to that Tusk ban still, right? It feels like OG could take out anyone if they've got that. And in the last time that we saw Topson playing this Ricky, he was just relegated to a courier sniper, basically, you know, playing on the other side of the map, even just planting some wards eventually, just to try and get any sort of control back. So it's really going to be, how is this hard carry, because we've got none so far on OG's lineup, going to be able to pull this draft together? Because Ricky versus Faceless Void, you're going to pick the Void every single time in these late game team fights.
Yeah, and I feel like this Ricky's going to be played by mid one anyways.
You reckon?
Yeah, like they use this they use this lineup like last time with this bench, like swap into the cliff and Ricky the smoke, and mid one was playing on that sort of game. And against Void, you really don't want to put it as a position one when you can just single-handedly get chrono. And if you're playing as a position one, then you lose your carry by one chrono.
So I think it was more of a response to the Nature's Prophet, because from what I was thinking here with the Nature's Prophet, I wanted to go to the drought, right? But you can't do that into a Nature's because she gets on top of you every single time.
And a Void, right? Jumping. Yeah. Tiny's got the Blink Dagger, even the Cookie, kind of, sort of. But I don't know. I'm not really feeling this OG draft just yet. They could still opt to go for something like I suppose an Arc Warden, but
10
it's not
seconds
great either
remaining.
against all of this. Maybe,
Alliances
Also
turn to
Terrorblade?
ban.
but it's been a long time since we've seen a Terrorblade, by the way.
Yeah. Nobody picks that hero just because it's a weak laning phase. Similar feeling as a Phantom Lancer.
I guess so, but if you're paired together with an Ogre, you're going to have an alright laning phase.
10
Maybe, but like
seconds
it's just a
remaining.
one meta. Like there is no carry hero that relies on like 100
5
seconds of
seconds
cooldown
remaining.
True.
after using like one like a broken spell.
Yeah.
But yeah, like as long as you maintain to do well in that period, then you're just gonna have no issue versing against Terrorblade.
Yeah, and I suppose it gives you a very small window for error, right? Like
Yep.
if you screw up, you're basically done in the
Mhm.
laning phase. So
ET
makes
Venge.
sense.
I think this is gonna be the two cores from OG, ET and Venge together in the 3 and 4.
Hmm.
Seb and Saksa, and then Ogre, Ricky in the position. I mean the safe lane.
So does that mean that we've got Thompson's hero left? You know, the one hero that I'm looking at with these last two bans is still the Spectre in the. They could throw
Mhm.
Thompson mid with that Ricky QA. You said it wasn't that great of a matchup for the Ricky mid, but we've seen it before, and then mid one can play that Spectre, and that gives them that late game assurance as well.
left pause. Well, I mean, it's still open, right? For what Alliance's last pick is going to be, and it's the last pick overall as well. So there's even the potential for that gotcha style. Is Timbersaw banned?
Yes. No. That was last game, I'm thinking. No, it is not banned.
It's a pretty decent Timber game.
Are you a little worried against the old Titan? I guess he
Yeah, I
doesn't
think
get rid of
Alliance-
It's the base armor, though.
It's the base armor.
that it
Turn
removes with
to
the
pick.
natural orders. It's not the reactive. And like, what damage do you have that's
Alliances
magical
turn
right
to
now?
pick.
Earth Spirit.
Earth Spirit. Ooh.
Mid Earth Spirit, maybe?
Mid Earth Spirit.
It's very possible. We see it all the time in Southeast Asia. And you've been saying like, oh man, I wish we see some of this
Yeah.
Mid Earth Spirit coming through.
It's very aggressive if they do that. Obviously, they don't have like a late game carry, but
10 seconds
since they're
remaining.
versing against this Tiny and Nature's Prophet, if they get this early to mid games in
5
their strong
seconds
position,
remaining.
I'm sure they're not gonna be faced like too much of a versing against Void in late game.
I don't mind the Timber. Yeah, I don't mind Timber.
Yeah.
Mid Timber.
No, mid Nature's Prophet.
Oh.
Off lane Timber.
All right. It's
You
a
may
Doom
now
though.
Me
select
too.
your heroes.
Yeah, it's fine. And I just want to see how these lanes. I mean, Thompson has picked the Venge mid as well a fair number of times.
Yep.
Not sure if it's going to be how they're going this time. It's going to be Pos 4 Tiny, S4 playing the Nature's Prophet. I'm so sorry for you, QO. It's not going to be mid this time around. Limp playing the Doom. And Seb.
It's a
Venge
position
for
1
Spirit,
Elder
huh?
Titan.
Oh.
You sounded so disappointed.
Oh. And it's.
I mean, it's
positive to
scary,
Ricky.
you know, eventually, if you're able to get that early Agar Scepter up, but can you get to that point? That's the big issue.
Another set of even odd tier for GG bet between OG and Alliance. But lads, where are you sitting between OG and Alliance? Where do you guys want to put your prediction coin?
I'm just what I'm having a look at right now is Hanskin. Like, how is his lane going to go? Is he going to be able to have that early-ish game impact to allow Nico Baby to hard carry this game?
So I need a name.
I think I'm going for the Alliance here.
Okay,
I
what
think
about you?
OG has to prove for me.
Yeah.
What about you?
Me too. I'm going to go Alliance.
All right, seems like it's pretty straightforward and simple here for the boys on the panel. Alliance should be able to take game number 1 here. And speaking of game number 1, we've got our casters back once again. It's going to be Odie Pixel and Fogged.
Why, thank you.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 of OG versus Alliance. I'm Odie Pixel here with Fog. Lots to talk about, but I imagine the first thing that you're going to be excited to see this game is a mid 1 Elder Titan.
I mean, of course. Yeah, I actually just messaged Noto and I was like, oh, nice, okay, cool. We get to see what I'm going to cast a 1 position ET. Oh,
Is
God.
it a good game for it? Sort of to sort of dampen your excitement about just seeing it. Is it actually going to work here?
I mean, versus Void, versus any agi carry, it can work. It absolutely can. It's just, will it? It's weird. It's all about like this timing of, I do feel like OG, they are in a bit of a timer, but they can be super aggressive with this lineup, I feel, and take advantage of some long cooldowns that Alliance does have. It does feel like Alliance is pretty reliant around their ults to be able to take fights. OG, I feel like this is a very run at you lineup, and it's very OG style. But I could see this ET definitely working, but I could also see it falling flat on its face, because if he gets Doom too, Doom does do a Dispel as well. That does remove the buff that you get from the Astral Spirit too. So there's a lot of different things that we're gonna have to watch out for. But there is a Venge save that they did pick, as I've been actually like hoping people do versus these Voids. I think that's one of the biggest things that I'm seeing people missing, because Void is so popular right now. I'm not seeing enough Venge and Shadow Demon. I want to see these save heroes versus this, because it can completely break the Chronosphere a lot of the times in the game.
Yeah, they've got sort of a few options here to really mess with the Void, especially on those early Chronos before the BKBs, right?
Yeah.
Actually hold that before it's bottom lane. They get the roll in onto FNG. There's no telling Saxo trying to chase him down. A turn with a blast. Sep coming across. He can offer up a wave of terror. Not enough damage to take FNG down, as they'll be able to back off. Alliance will grab the 2 top bounty runes. Be able to get the 2 down bottom. But yeah, the early Chronos, you've also obviously got to be aware of things like the ET, right? Throwing in a Spirit, going for a Stomp, or even Thompson poking him from the side and laying down a smoke screen if he's able to sort of get on top of the area of the Chrono where you've caught your target.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, Ricky, that's why we do see OG go for this. Of course, just because they love the Ricky right now, but because they're playing versus that Void, they have the smoke screen that's going to be good all game. There is a slight thing that there is there that, you know, Alliance can play around. They do have Cookie, so Cookie's always going to be one of those forces to help Nico Baby out of that smoke screen. Thompson get extremely aggressive level. As soon as he hits 2 in the mid lane, right away push onto Limp. Take advantage of that low armor.
And some of these lane matchups, did you sort of see that any of the sides having a tough start here?
I could see S4 having a little bit of a tough start because he is into this ET. I think this is one of the reasons they picked it and tried to put it up top, is because he's versus the Treants, so you get this extra plus damage. And I don't feel like Tiny can't help much versus Ogre and ET. He has to just play full pulling. Yeah, ET doesn't care about a lot of this harass early on. Even the Blightstone is a little annoying, but then, you know, your Astral Spirit just gives you all the armor when you do get aggressive. Seeing, yeah, there's some funny moves coming out. No Tail trying to meet the creeps with the other creeps in the mid lane and create a new lane. And Hudskin can't contest these last hits now. Versus an Ogre as a Tiny. No Tail hitting level 2 and getting aggressive. And oh, Thompson gets a courier.
Actually have to take down Limps before he gets the delivery, so won't quite have to complete a bracer.
Oh, he actually killed it before it arrived to him.
Still had the recipe on.
Ooh. It's actually pretty nice.
Being a little low in this mid lane, Thompson, but still with plenty of tangos to work with. And CS very even right now between the two of them. Do some underneath the tower, but doing a good job with that.
Limp actually going for Infernal Blade in this job. Different. Usually we just see the Scorched Earth.
Yeah, I mean, what do you sort of think the logic's there? Is it just the idea that they are melee, he knows he's going to just be able to sort of hit him off cooldown with the blade?
I guess, and I guess like he maybe thinks that like Tops can always disengage and stuff from the Scorched Earth, but this hurts you in your mid game now. Whenever you put any 1 point in Infernal, you're not going to be able to max Scorched Earth early on to get aggressive. So, an interesting choice. Yeah. Don't think I've seen that ever from the mid dooms. I think I've seen 4-4 almost exclusively.
On top lane, mid one turning with the punches. He might just kill Hanscom. My goodness, he does. The damage is done. Mid one, he's able to live as well. 9 HP into the trees. He's got the salve at the ready. Already starting to see some of that potential at this ET when he gets the damage up.
Yep, he hit level 3. As soon as you're 3, you get that big spike, and you can actually force most heroes out of lanes. S4, he's really struggling to stay up here. Only 7 last hits on the NP.
That's true.
He has to be very careful of his positioning. They have these double stun, so he can't ever like play around trying to.
You're going to see this damage again. He's just going to get punched by Midone. He might just die. He's going to turn with the avalanche. Midbone's going to try and run him down. 2 more hits would do it, but he's able to turn over towards S4. Get a punch in on him instead. Hanscom will live, but still very low HP because of that. And I mean, what we're seeing, it just seems like Hanscom, he can't do anything up here. He can't make moves onto this lane.
No, I've been seeing these Tiny suffer a lot in the early game. Not really finding good opportunities to make moves around. He's only level 2. He hasn't really helped too much up top. Sure, these lane pulls have helped a little bit, but now he's looking to make moves around. He's actually securing the rune, and he might be able to set up on Thompson with this.
Thompson's very low. Thompson is able to play his way out of this. He's trying to juke. Oh! They still got him. Hansken in with the avalanche with the toss back. Thompson caught in the scorched earth. Hansken blocking him up.
Nice.
There's a very nice move comes out from Hansken. Had a tough start to the game up top, but seizes an opportunity to make that all-important play mid.
With an all-important haste rune. If it was any other rune, I don't think he gets that kill. Probably the best rune you could find early on a tiny.
Not so.
Bottom lane. Nico Baby is in. Cookie puts a stop to the rollout from Saxa.
Death, it's fulfillment.
Void is still free farming down bottom. Seb is still getting some of his own, but yeah, we do see both sides. The safe laners are getting away with everything here. You can see S4. He's suffering quite a bit more than Seb.
And for mid one, well, what sort of build do you expect we'll see? Is it just the phase drum Aghanims from an ET carry, or is it the phase straight into the Ags? You know, what sort of route do you go?
I guess he can still go Echo Saber if he sees an opportunity. Phase Echo Saber into the Ags. That's one of the other one position builds. Is kind of different. But other than that, yeah, phase drum Ags or phase Echo Ags. I don't think you deviate too much from that.
Bottom. Rolling onto Nico Baby. Magic Missile to follow up. Got the damage though. Time walking a couple of seconds. It's not going to be back up soon enough.
And mid. The Doom comes out on Thompson, but there's backup. He's actually just going to be able to walk away and reset.
And look at that no-tail. He's prepared. He's got 2 Salves ready to go, so he's going to be able to keep Thompson in the lane. Bottom lane.
Back in on Limp in a second, I feel.
FNG and Hansken, they do manage to burst down Saxa as the return. I mean, the kills happening everywhere right now, all across the map. We're seeing the team start to run at one another. I mean, this was expected. This is a game with OG involved.
And it's like OG's draft, it's all about just killing heroes. It's not really about anything else with the way they've set
Look at this mid one. He's just running down S4. He comes out with a stomp to cancel the TP, and he beats him down. This ET, mid one. 2 kills already, and S4's game continuing to get punished. He hasn't even crossed the 10 CS marker 6 minutes in.
That's actually insane. I cannot believe how well they're actually doing up there with this ET safe lane.
It's just destroying him. It's destroying S4.
I'm trying not to have the biggest smile on my face because there's an ET carrying my game. Like, I'm trying not to. It's just with my favorite hero.
I mean, mid one so far has been pretty perfect in this laning stage.
They're applying decent pressure on the tower. Huge creep wave. We see S4. He's trying desperately to pull the creeps off of it, just sending the treants in. Even though he's not getting this experience, he's stopping the push. We see him manipulating that wave there. No-tail will tank the wave a little bit with the salve, keep the catapult alive, but that's a nice move by S4 to keep his tower alive.
Radiant's top tower.
And he's actually able to bring the
attack.
creeps back to himself. And now, like you said, he only had 9 last hits. This is going to double his last hits. So that's
here we go.
Like 9 creeps right there.
Yeah, this is some very smart play here from S4 to recover his position a bit.
That was huge, honestly. Like, it stops the full tower push, and this will almost give him level 6 off of all these creeps.
Very well done. Bottom lane. Hansken tries to move it on to Saxa with the avalanche. The Cookie takes him out to the side, but sent him with the magic missile. They roll forward. Hansken's taken out.
My goddess wished you dead.
Up top, S4, he's actually trying to get XP, but mid one says no. He just charges past the tower.
Oh my goodness. He's going to kill him.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
So hard.
Oh no.
Yeah, and he's got the Echo Saber queued up, so it is going to be that approach.
In mid one, he is terrified on this ET up top. Bottom lane, dive in underneath the tower. Saxa's in onto FNG. FNG pops the stick, trying to turn the combo onto Saxa. Saxa's still alive. They kill off FNG. They'll lose Saxa for it. The 1-for-1 of Nico Baby. He actually might be able to clean up the 2 of them as Hansken's trying to block no-tail in. The bashes are there for Nico Baby as Nico Baby gets both of the kills as the Void.
Mid one. He showed up. Does he have the control for Limp, though, as there's a lot more heroes coming in?
They've got the Chrono. I mean, this is a huge kill if Nico Baby's able to get it. Hansken, he's got the mana. He's going to be able to come in with that extra bit of control. And for all the good of a start that mid one was getting up top, he just came bottom and fed himself to Nico Baby as Nico Baby picks up a triple. I mean, that was a huge set of kills for the Void to pick up down here.
A massive mistake by mid one, just overestimating how strong he was, just showing up. 0 points in the natural order. Not really liking that either. Having 3 points in Stomp as a carry ET, a little weird. but just shows up and offers his life and gives Nico Baby a Midas. Now Nico Baby fully caught up after a little bit
Wow,
of
it did, didn't it? Yeah, that's the recipe out of the courier. Top lane, Thompson looking to make S4's life even more of a misery this game.
Yeah, Thompson was able to get a lot of farm during all that shenanigans that was going on down bottom. Mid, constant aggression.
Going on to No-Tail. And in with the Infernal Blade, he's trying to get underneath the tower, but they're going to happen. The Bloodlust on the tower to make sure that the wave gets held off.
Has been killed.
Courier underneath the tower. Hans going to lose that to Thompson. Thompson's going to try and jump over towards Limp. Seb attempting to get in range for a stun, but Limp's too speedy with the phase boots.
Oh, yeah.
Seb would break away.
Good point, yeah. Seb's level 6, but he didn't get the point and swap. He actually went for another point and stun. I was like, I think he had swap range, and then I saw, oh wait, no swap. Thompson looking for S4. I mean, S4 they're just constantly hunting for him.
Yeah, they're just bullying him.
Oh, he's...
Oh, mid one's around as well. Yeah, S4's got to start running back down that lane.
Limp is in the area, though. Gotta pushing them off. And the
What's
rest of the
that
team
do?
is coming over.
Let's see what we've got on the side. Saxa, he's been able to set up onto Limp. Thompson's going to jump across. Limp needs help. He's going to be sprouted in, buying time for him to cut out to the side. Thompson continuing to chase. Toss up. Saxa. She's going to continue to close the gap, keeping the magnetize going onto Limp. Saxa's going to try and close this gap, rolling in, keeping that magnetize going, but Saxa's going to end up dying underneath the tower. Because of this, Limp will live. Saxa goes down. S4 does still die, though, found up by the tier 1 by Thompson and mid 1.
It's just chaos everywhere.
I mean, all over the map, every single place. Both teams running at one another. The question is, who's it favoring? Do you still sort of look at the Void and say, well, Nico Baby got his Midas on good time, and he is a Void.
I think it's pretty even on both fronts right now. I think they're both trading fairly evenly and responding really nicely. OG's getting some decent damage on top now, though. That's pretty beneficial for them. Not the usual tower you see getting hit pre-12 minutes, but
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
we see Alliance there making their own trade. S4 TP's mid, pops his ult. And it looks like it should just be some downgrade. Yeah, this is just crazy. 18 kills in these 11 minutes. I feel like we had other days where we had 3 kills at the 11-minute mark. Both teams just constantly matching each aggression. Mid one actually maxing the stomp. It's a little weird, I'll be honest, but...
Oh, there's that stun coming into play. Is setting up onto Limp. Has moved from the combo onto No-Tail. No-Tail just taken out by the kisses. Magic Missile holds Limp back for now. Thompson trying to lead in onto Hansken S4, but they jump to the side. Nico Baby is looking for the Chrono. Jumps in. The Doom down onto Thompson. Thompson's getting bashed and taken out. Another big kill by Nico Baby as he's picking up all the glory here. They also find Saxa on the high ground. 5 kills for this Faceless Void. Nico Baby off to a stellar start.
And that's all set up with the stomp that mid one put down first. It actually puts his team in a weird position trying to get aggressive with it. And they can't hold it all. Yeah, this is a really weird skill build, honestly, on the ET carry.
Oh,
mid, Nico Baby.
Bit opportunity for a Chrono kill. A Sep going to get the missile off. TPs are coming in. Sep does still go down. Now Thompson is in deep. He's getting blasted here. He's going to try and jump out himself. The tricks the trade over once more. Thompson will manage to run away. He'll live.
Good one. He turns up from bottom lane. We'll get the stomp in the sleeve. And then we've still got Nico Baby FG and Hansken by his side. Hansken's got an invis room. He could set up for this. Comes in for the side. The Avalanche halting all 3 of them. Nico Baby's in with the bashes. The cookie forward. Mid-one's going to get taken out. There's a kill for Limp. And now looking for more as they go over towards No-Tail. Saxon does get the magnetize out, but it's not enough damage. Nico Baby picks up No-Tail. Hansken's moving in onto Saxa. Saxa goes down. Hansken's still alive as Thompson didn't quite have the damage to take him out during that trick to the trade. Hansken's going to live. And now suddenly Alliance, they're breaking ahead. It's a 3k lead for them here. Nico Baby continuing to have a pretty free opening as both him and Limp, they are sliding ahead in that net worth. There we see S4, he's trying to go on him, but he has ice armor. Thompson can't actually go for him with all that bonus armor that Limp was able to throw onto him, and yeah, we're really seeing now Alliance really start to kick it in. OG's draft is it's starting to look a little weird because they have this ET carry as mid one just walks in and Times just dies immediately.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I'm very curious to see why he did max the stomp over getting more points in aura. When he has Earth Spirit and other heroes that benefit a lot off the aura in the backlines with their magic damage, just seems a little weird.
Top tower is
not having ult either.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Definitely going to hurt their team fight, as they are pretty lackluster in the team fight department. It's really mostly revolved around Sox at this point.
Nico Baby is setting up for him, but Nico Baby's got the backup, but straight away the combo on Thompson. Thompson gets taken out. They're moving on to Nico Baby. They have got the silence, but the kisses are coming in from the side from FNG. Mid1, he's trying to put a stop to it with the stop, but the bash is there for Nico Baby. Mid1 tries to punch back. He's got a lot of damage for the bash control, and the blast, it takes him out. FNG's found a triple kill. Seb's been doomed. S4's able to come in with the sprout, cuts Seb off, as Seb's going to be trapped. Limpkins, S4 staying on top of him, cooking it from FNG. I mean, it really seems to be dead for Snapfire. We're seeing some incredible Snapfire showings today. FNG in this game doing it, of course, from the support position. It's just so much damage, so much control. And now they're 6k ahead. OG is slipping seriously behind now.
Yeah, they had the Sentry Ward was prepped, Thompson dies, and they still look to dive forward into this without their carry. And FNG just gets a free setup in the backlines. They were trying to take advantage of that Chrono being down, but just get absolutely wiped. And now Chrono's available.
It's
Nico
up. I mean,
Baby's ready to fight.
They'll take this. If OG want to bring it to them, Nico Baby's happy to turn.
Yeah, and we're seeing, sure, you have a lot of armor as this ET as well, because sure, your Astral Spirit gives you like plus 15, plus 13 during the fights, but a lot of magic damage that's coming out. The bashes just go right through it all. Same thing with the Scatter Blast from the Mortimer.
Alliance, they're trying to bait it. They're just baiting with Limp on the front. Cookie in onto the two of them. Stomp not going to connect onto Nico Baby. As Nico Baby can hold, look for a good Chrono. It's going to block off the fight. Stops the rest of OG, joining over to Saxa and Thompson as Saxa's taken down. The combo coming out onto Limp. Limp's getting fully focused down here by the punches. They're trying to chase. He's been slowed down. A big Wrath comes in though, and Hans getting hit with the combo. He walks back in, takes down Thompson. Midball's got to stop, but Nico Baby's able to stay to the side of it. Jumps over. A swap and Seb trying to save Midball, but he's still in range of S4. As he's 4 dead on OG, it's going to be a team wipe. Seb's left alone. Alliance, they team wipe OG. They're now 7k up at it. I mean, it feels like 3 fights in a row where OG are just running at Alliance, and it is not paying off. They're not killing Nico Baby. They're not getting this big Void kill. They're not, you know, this time around they do kill Limp, but it's for the first time in this whole game that they're just not getting enough out of these fights, whereas Alliance, they're getting more and more.
No, and OG's draft, like we mentioned in the beginning, it's all just about bruising, all about just fighting constantly. And Alliance, they're winning the fights even during the downtime. Like OG's gonna respawn. They have to just go to fight because their heroes don't farm. Their lineup is not about farming whatsoever. It's a Ricky ET Venge core. They have to just battle as much as possible. But they lost all the battles.
And we're just seeing Nico Baby play it really cool this game.
Yeah.
Just the way he's never getting caught out in these fights. And there's a lot of things that could catch him between the silences and the stuns. You know, pretty much every hero on OG's lineup having a disable. But Nico Baby just not allowing himself to be found, even while still staying in the midst of these fights and getting the kills.
Yeah, they just have Limp parking in the front line there and just letting Nico Baby and FNG both get everything off in perfect position.
Yeah, and we see who's... No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Limp, he's been keeping the ice armor actually the whole game. So this actually is pretty massive versus Venge versus Ricky and ESVT. Like, it reduces their physical so much in the fights. I've seen it like 2 or 3 times now that he's made the difference.
And yeah, you've got to point out as well, S4, he's recovered. I mean, he's more farmed than Thompson and Seb. You know, after having such a tough start because of the way that OG focused him down. S4's kept his cool. He's got the blade mail. He's pretty much got the Sands to go into that halberd. He's going to be hitting some fine item timings despite OG shutting him down early on in the lane.
Yeah, Alliance have, I mean, they're 9k advantage in 17 minutes. It's pretty massive when you look at it. When you just look at the two lineups versus each other. Like OG, they're not a farming lineup. They're not going to be able to catch up if they go back up and farm. They have to catch up through fights. Like we said, they can't fight.
Look at S4. He's going to look to try and set up on a mid-one. Mid-one does have the quelling blade though, so hard to really control with the sprout. One's able to head back. But yeah, they're going to have these 2 solid answers to mid-one. As you can see, Nico Baby, he's got a halberd.
Yep.
And as I say, S4, he's pretty much got a halberd. So they're going to have 2 disarms against the CT.
Yeah. And it's really the three physical core heroes coming out from OG. They don't actually do too much magical. The ET can, but as we've seen mid one, he now finally takes the point and ult at level 11. He didn't have it till
and found him. Quick and easy pick it. Onto the Vengeful Spirit.
This game feels really impossible for OG. They're having to back up and play the farm game, but that's not what their draft does. Their draft can't play the farm game versus a Faceless Void, versus a Nature's Prophet, versus a Doom lineup. It just can't. They have to try to just battle. but it's just not working out. Thompson, he has the defusal finished up. Maybe that's what they were trying to finish up before they keep running into this brick wall.
And bottom, finding another. No tail, hunted down by S4. 4, 4, and 13. Really, honestly, I believe he started off this game 0, 4, and 0 S4.
Yep.
Ever since that moment, though, it really has just been constantly on the up. Here, his performance and his recovery. Got the Doom down onto Midbob. He's out. Oh, Thompson and Seb, they've got to start retreating here. Limp trying to charge them down, but they're under the tower. Nico Baby finishing off the tier 1 down bottom. So, yeah, 11k lead. It's really starting to look close to the impossible for OG to stop Alliance here.
They're just getting picked off.
Thompson, he's trying to go in onto Hanskin, but the main spot, Hanskin's still alive. They roll onto him. They really want to kill this Tiny, but they can't do it. They cannot finish off the Tiny kill. Lim's just pushing back Seb and Thompson. There's no tail. Bull coming on back with the stun, but there's the chrono. Nico Baby just wraps around. He catches both the cores in the chrono. Thompson's taken out. Seb's going to be finished off as well here by FNG. As this game, it really does feel over, folks. 31-13, 13k lead for Alliance. How do OG come back from this?
They honestly can't. It's like I said, it's a full skirmishing. It's all about the fights. That's the way that they drafted. They lost the fights, and yeah, Alliance, they won because of that. They won just because they turned up to all these fights and won them early on. Because OG's draft, it has no catch-up mechanics. Yeah. It just really doesn't. It felt like the real volatile moment was that play right when OG went down bottom for the first time with mid one. He dies to the Void, dies to Nico Baby after Nico Baby just picked up a double kill. That means his Midas is done at 9 minutes. From that point onwards, any bad fight that was taken by OG, it's only just going to give Nico Baby the chance to get as far as ahead as he is right now. Yeah, they're just, Alliance are just matching him with every single one of the fights, just bringing the numbers. Hanskin, this will be a pickup. Takes him some time to get it. Limp, he's way too tanky. No way they can go for him. BKB and plate mail. And the Dragon Scale on top. 29 armor, like, with ice armor too. There's no way that they can kill Limp if he's in the front line. So Baby at the ready. OG, they're trying to take advantage of this time while Chrono is down.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower.
Give it Thompson. Hunt for this. S4 gets swapped back. Does get the blade bail off. Kisses are coming down. Thompson committing onto the pump. Trying to finish off S4. S4 finally taken out. But Saxa goes down for it. Mid-one's trying to punch into Nico Baby. They have got the magic missile, but the cookie over to the side. Nico Baby is in on top of Seb, stunning him. Because of that cookie, he'll swing back around looking for Seb. Lim's been able to get. He gets the Doom down onto mid-one. He's going to try and chase this down with his BKB. But Thompson turning, trying to slow Limp. The combo with the Avalanche coming out to the two of them. They were able to finish off Seb. Limp takes down No Tail. Another fight. OG, they've just lost 3. Alliance just continuing to destroy any attempts from OG to get a fight going their way.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're trying so hard. They really are just trying to bring the battle. Like, they know that this is their only way to try to come back in this game, is try to take advantage of Chrono cooldown, but time and time again. S4, he doesn't care at this point. He TP'd in the front to get all the attention onto him so that Lynch can walk in and get all his spells off nicely. Into Roche. Yep. And Chrono is ready, and they've got even a Guardian Greaves on FNG.
I mean, this is just insane play from Alliance. And so something that was lacking yesterday. Alliance had a very rough series. It definitely seems like they spent no time messing around between yesterday and today when it comes to practicing and preparing. This game 1 showing is looking pretty untouchable right now. As they're jumping onto Seb after getting the Roche and the Aegis. Another kill for Nico Baby on the high ground. S4 just TP's in to start off the action. Midboy's punching into FNG. They want to get a kill. They do manage to find the Snapfire, but No Tail's held to the side in the Sprout. Nico Baby's looking for his next target. He's chasing down. He still has that chrono available. Saxon's going to be able to roll down to the low ground. The stomp does hold Nico Baby in place, and Thompson has been able to pick up the second support. So the 2 supports in mid one. He's going straight back in on this. Nico Baby still has that chrono. Thompson has got the triple. Can they get more from this? Nico Baby holding his position. There's the chrono, and now Nico Baby's ready for the cleanup. Takes 1, takes 2, takes maybe not Thompson. Thompson, they haven't got the detection.
He's burning.
He's the scorched up.
It's not burning him.
He's gonna live. He's gonna live.
Radiant's
Thompson actually able to make it out of there after picking up a triple kill. So it's something but it's still just not stopping Nico Baby from having a perfect performance on his Void. 13, 1, and 12. They still can't quite kill him, and Thompson just very lucky to get away with his life at the end of that.
Yeah, able to get some cleanup kills, but these two cores are just too beefy. Limp, I saw mid one having plus 350 or 300 plus 380 damage actually. So he's hitting for 500 damage. He hit Limp for like 80 because he has 29 armor. He just hit him like a pillow. It actually looked like it did almost nothing. This alliance draft just working out perfectly. And Nico Baby's getting all these cleanups and just getting to an untouchable level.
Radiant.
Again, OG. Chrono was used, so battle again.
There they go. They need to kill Nico Baby off. They get him at once. And they do it a second time. Hansken coming in with the avalanche. Kisses raining down from far as FNG has the damage. The Doom's down onto mid one. Mid one's out. Seb trying to swap his way out of this, but Limp, Nico Baby, they run him down. S4 TP's in to stop No Tails escape as he has the Sprout, control the Ogre. Nico Baby claims another. 3 more kills for the side of Alliance.
Middle tower is under attack.
They can't take advantage of anything. It's too much of a deficit. Pop the Aegis once, but there's just too much backline in Alliance. It's time to go high ground.
Dire's middle tower is under
I think
attack.
OG has really run out of steam now in this first 25 minutes. I can't believe it's only 25 minutes in and there's 58 kills.
I mean, this, yeah. Just so you know, just an OG game, as I say. You know, this side, this team, they'll always try to fight.
Has fallen.
You know, it seems like that's what they know, and it is what they know best, but it's not working out for them here. Alliance have just come in with...
Middle barracks has fallen.
It's just some solid picks, really. The mid Doom and the carry Void. I really do feel like it's very hard to sort of go wrong with these heroes.
Yeah, it's just safe. It really is safe across the board. You can tell OG, it's a much more volatile draft. I mean, they're running an ET carry, so it's a very volatile draft that can be risky, and we've seen these risks been taken, and we've seen Alliance just respond perfectly every single time. They're bringing all the fights, just matching every time. Yeah, just some 22k gold lead, and yeah, really feeling like there's no hope for OG. Hope for Thompson to have some fun, of course, as we did see him get the triple kill, but he can't kill the big 2 cores. No, can't kill the Doom or the Void.
If he gets taken out at the start of the fight, caught in a chrono, caught by the Doom, it feels like that's just instantly the whole fight over. Yeah. If Thompson's not able to sort of make the rounds and get his damage out.
Okay, so now it's online. The ET safe lane has now hit his crucial item timing. It's very late.
It's slow,
at a
yeah.
massive deficit, but let's see if they can make it work, because this is the timing you want. Actually, you want level 15 as well with it, but this is the first step of the timing.
But it's against these abilities that do pierce the BKB with the magic immunity of that axe.
Yeah, the thing is, he's just still gonna get doomed is the problem. Even if you're BKB'd because of the Astral, you get doomed, it dispels the Astral off of you, so you have no bonus damage. So, and I've been seeing Limp every time. He just dooms ET in every single one of these fights. I don't think that's gonna change.
Dire's middle barracks.
As to the high ground, again. Alliance with everything at the ready.
Oh yeah, Doom and the Chrono, good to go.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Nico Baby's pretty bang on with the Chrono placements so far this game. Haven't really seen a bad one from him. Bottom, Hansken is in onto Thompson. Thompson's been dusted, the bashes are there. Thompson's going to try and jump out with the tricks of the trade. Can he get out in time? No, can't. The bashes coming through as Nico Baby takes Thompson out. He's down for 50. He has got buyback. Nico Baby's thinking about the Chrono. He's going to drop it on Seb. Stomp in place, but Nico Baby's able to juke it out. Dodges it to the side. Seb getting low. They'll jump back in onto Nico Baby. Nico Baby's getting low. They're taking him down. Nico Baby gone. Hansken also in trouble here as they turn over towards him. As he'll be left behind by the rest of Alliance. Able to dodge the stomp of the Yules. Blink in a second, but no, Sax is able to put a stop to it with the instant roll into him. After he comes down from it, they seem if they can catch Limp. Limp's on the run.
Dire are scanned.
He's still chasing. They're tracking. They know they're still on the right track.
I mean, they have to chase and try to get these kills. Like, they know the Void and the Tiny Jump. This is their only hope.
Oh, not quite, Seb. Couldn't get him in vision there for the swap or the stun.
Pretty big mistake coming out from Nico Baby, though. Jumping in, Chrono only catches on the bench, and he actually stuck inside of it there. So he just gets smoke screen, stunned, comboed up, and just dies. He doesn't even get his Manta popped. So, OG, they'll punch back, but they need a lot more of those. They need Nico Baby to make a lot more of those mistakes.
They did have to, of course, use the buyback on Thompson.
Yep.
to have that attempt there. So now if Thompson dies, the game will truly be over. And at this point, according to the numbers from Gaben, 97% for Alliance, and that makes a lot of sense. Top Saxa, is he going to get jumped upon here? No, they won't try and run him down.
They'll come up and get it before the 30-minute mark anyway. They're just going to bring Nico Baby up. All signs of life, though, for OG. Very, very, very small. Mid-one is still so under-leveled. Like, mid-one's level 15 somehow on the ET. I mean, I say somehow, but I know how. Because he's died so many times and just had a pretty rough game. But he's the same level as his Earth Spirit. So, doesn't even have his like 100% cleat kicking in. None of these fun things. But he does have his Astral hero damage, plus that Aghanim, so we'll see if it can do something. It doesn't feel like it will, but maybe they can catch Alliance somehow off guard.
The cooldown's looking like for Alliance 20 seconds until Chrono. And about that same time, Nico Baby's going to have the money for the full Scardy. Go, Hanscam. Let's start things in. Onto No-Tail, and as soon as he's in, he's out. No-Tail. Now by the combo.
Time is money.
Quick, easy kill for them. Playing around the Roshan pit. It's going to be spawning quick soon. The lights, like we said, they can still look to take any of these fights. OG just still heavily on the back foot. They're getting some time to at least move out and get some farm.
They really do have such a huge lead right now, Lights. 25k, just the 30 minutes in.
And they're going to smoke. They're going to look for the fight before going for that Roche. One. Standing there trying to break it, but he might just die even if he does break it.
Knocked him off with a shooter's garb. Hanscan, he's in. Close the gap. Just drops down the Doom Temple, try and swap it at the side, but the kisses are out. Mid-one goes down.
And they're even setting the bottom.
Also falling there. They're in onto Saxa. Saxa is not going to be able to roll away from this as the cookie onto Hanscan puts him to a stop. 3 dead on OG. They did kill S4, but that won't really slow down Alliance. I don't think right now. They still have Nico Baby's Chronosphere good to go. Limp's got the full AC on top of the Shivas. So an incredible amount of armor to push on with.
And all plus armor. So ET, you do nothing. Your aura does absolutely nothing versus this Doom. Spirit Vessel will be a little annoying though. Slow him down a little bit. The rest of his team coming over ready. Nico Baby jumps in. Yes, Chrono.
Look at these bashes. Oh my God.
Was that like an 8x bash?
There was a lot of them. Okay. Saxa as well. He's going to have the coverage of the smoke screen from the Ricky to try and help it, but it won't. They've got the damage to beat him down through it all. They'll start stepping back. Thompson's going to move in onto Limp. Nico Baby still has that Chrono. He's ready to look for an opportunity to drop it. Thompson trying to chase Limp, but Hans gets in with the combo, and there's Nico Baby catching both mid-one and Seb beautifully on the edges of it, stopping them from being able to get into the fight. But this time as well onto the mid-one as he jumps at the high ground. Mid-one trying to get a stomp off, but the bashes are too strong. Nico Baby gets him. Got the vision on top. Thompson's dead. It's a triple kill for Nico Baby. It's 21, 2 and 15 on the Void. We saw a strong Void game from Miracle earlier. I think this one was even stronger for Nico Baby here. 21, 2 and 15. He's just jumping in and they're just cleaning up right now, Alliance. The toss over onto Mid-one. Mid-one's going to get taken out as quickly as he buys back into the game. GG is called. Alliance taking this game one. And they made it look easy. We're seeing yet another game today where it's just not even close. It's not even close. OG tried to go all in on the fight, and pretty much by the